Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. And guys, I have a lot of things to talk about in regards to Ripple, so let's just dive in. Let's talk about it. So honestly, guys, I am recording this a little bit earlier and it is going up later, so if prices and things like that change, that is why. Right now, currently, the market is having a red day. Stocks were pretty rough today, so I'm really kind of going to be watching stocks on Monday. That's when I'm really going to start really looking at some charts. Over the weekend, I'm just going to kind of enjoy my weekend. I will keep you guys updated in terms of charts and what I do see happening. But for the most part, I'm not too concerned at all in terms of price action. But I will say this. We are going to be focusing a lot on the XRP SEC lawsuit. So, as you guys are probably all aware of, I know that there's a lot of XRP holders out there that have been holding XRP from 2017, maybe even a little bit earlier than 2017. Maybe you bought the top in 2017 in terms of the bull run. Guys, I understand the frustration. I'm frustrated. This is exactly what this SEC case wants us to do. It wants us to kind of get impatient, frustrated. We see gains everywhere else, but XRP, once enough retail investors are shaken out, that's when it, really starts to happen. That's when things start to move. I've always said, people will ask me, when do you think XRP is going to go off? And I'm like, hey, when I sell, because I sometimes feel like I am in the Truman Show, where if I do sell XRP, that's when we will see candles like this. And if I don't sell, then we'll just kind of trade sideways. It's a little bit of an inside joke. But honestly, when we talk about XRP, is XRP's price being stifled by the SEC lawsuit? 100%. If you guys watch, Blockchain Backer, he did a very good breakdown on this a while back. And, when we look at XRP, XRP should technically be number two within this market, sitting at least like, a $70 billion market cap, right? And honestly, Moon Lambo said it, best himself. So shout out to Moon Lambo. Obviously, he doesn't know who I am, but that's totally fine. I don't really care about that. But I just want, in terms of you guys to know where I got this content from, go check him out because he does talk about XRP a lot. But we really kind of look at this and we do see, XRP is actually number 3 in, market cap. It has a market cap of roughly $72.9 billion. The crypto asset class hijacked the term market cap and redefined it almost 10 years ago. What CMC and LCW call market cap is actually free float capitalization. I've never seen anyone talk about this. Market cap was actually defined as total supply times current market price. Then CoinMarketCap came along and decided to calculate free float capitalization. So they took the total supply and subtracted a bunch of stuff from it, including quantity held by issuer. Then they took that number and multiplied it by the current market cap, and they called that market cap, when it's really free float capitalization. But also, Moon Lambo is not actually saying here about the SEC lawsuit, right? Because when you look at the facts, when you look at Ethereum compared to XRP at around the December time frame, if XRP, did the same exact move that Ethereum did during the 2021 timeframe, directly around the same time base as the lawsuit. So again, I kind of show you guys this. So, here is December, right? So December of 2020, we were really getting ready. If you were here during this time, you were probably looking at XRP and your mouth was watering. You were like, all right, this is it. Things are going to, change drastically. We are going to the moon. All of a sudden, around this time here, the XRP lawsuit comes in place, and look at Ethereum. So from around this time, $635 to, over $4,000 within roughly 5 months. Okay? If we look at XRP during this time, it was nothing but downtrend, followed by sideways momentum until around April, where we did jump out to almost $2. We did increase in value, but realistically speaking, we should have been much higher. And if you look at it, okay, at these prices, Ethereum had an over $500 billion market cap. Realistically speaking, when we look at the all-time highs for Ethereum and we look at XRP technically should have been at least $5+ during 2021. But it was stifled. Price action was obviously destroyed by the SEC lawsuit. Those delistings did matter. Anyone that's saying XRP doesn't need those listings. XRP doesn't need anything. XRP is going to go to $10, because of this, because of that. Guys, there still needs to be buyer demand and volume in. Without it, these assets won't move. Similar to even Bitcoin. I've always said this. But if we look at XRP, right, even if it did have a $72.9 billion market cap at the current market prices, it would have been $1.52. That means at least, at the high point, okay, we would have had around like $150 billion in terms of market cap at the mid to almost high tier point. Because like I said, it would have been roughly at around the all-time high to about like roughly $5+. That is on the pullback from the highs that it did reach. We've always said, $10. It would have been at $10, without this lawsuit. Blockchain Backer does break this down as well. This would have been a roughly $481 billion market cap. And when we look at Ethereum hit $500 billion plus in market cap potential. Now, as we do really kind of look at this, right? We ask ourselves, is XRP doomed? Is XRP finished? No, absolutely not. In fact, I do believe that the SEC, okay, their corruption will be seen. There will be a spotlight on it. We look back at a few tweets just from recently, yesterday, right? We do see here the SEC is supposed to fight for justice. Instead, it is officially obstructing justice. It's claimed that the law firm's potentially confidential records are the only remaining records to be released. Also shows a disturbing lack of good faith. And here we have from Crypto Law US, the SEC is trying to duck accountability and delay judicial review of its failure to comply with FOIA by hiding behind the confidentiality interest of the law firm with whom its own ethics officials said its employee had a conflict. And this is from that Empower Oversight lawsuit. It's absolutely insane, the things that are happening right now. We are seeing, corruption truly being unveiled right now before our eyes, and everyone is still trying to just play, this game. This game is, of course, delaying the XRP lawsuit. Any sort of lawsuit against the SEC is continuing to be stretched out and basically just kind of delay. And that's basically what's going on with this as well. This is, a delay within, again, a crypto conflict case with, again, Empower Oversight. And we've been talking about Empower Oversight since around like roughly the December timeframe. This case is something pretty significant to watch. I know that we're always kind of tied up with the XRP lawsuit, and don't get me wrong, that is a thing to really watch for. But honestly, this Empower Oversight case could be the nail in the coffin, and I've always said that. But we also do see here, why won't the SEC answer Empower Oversight's FOIA responsively? It doesn't take long to see if you have emails from the individuals requested. The truth will eventually come out, and it will. But how long do we have to wait? Okay, and this goes back, a little bit. Again, this goes back to yesterday. Yep, and we do see here, shows a disturbing lack of good faith at the SEC's request. Empower Oversight provided the names of people related to entities in its FOIA request on February 18th to aid in the SEC's search. Yet, contrary to its previous commitment, the SEC appears to have made no efforts to search for and produce records relating to those individuals. Big surprise, right? And there is a massive, list. You guys can go check it out if you guys want. That list got, released, a little bit ago. Go check out Jason Foster on Twitter, and also go check out Johnny Deaton if you guys haven't been already, paying attention to what he's been posting. It's incredible in terms of this lawsuit. There's a 60,000+ individual, class action lawsuit against the SEC in terms of this XRP lawsuit as well. There's a lot of stuff to really kind of pay attention to, but I also tweeted out today because we did see a major update within the lawsuit, and we did see, a massive delay. In fact, this massive delay could be until May to even December, or even stretch into 2023. This is pretty significant. And we do see here, obviously things are moving, but I can't help but feel like we haven't made any progress with the SEC case. XRP holders are the ones in pain right now. We know the true value behind XRP. We know it's not a security, and watching tokens like Ethereum get a free pass is frustrating. Light will be shined upon the corruption and the truth will come out, but the issue is when. If these delays continue to stack up, we could be seeing litigation beyond 2023 at this point. Now, a lot of people were talking about this as well. A lot of people were responding to me in terms of like, some tinfoil hat things, talking about XRP being, the chosen one and things like that. But realistically speaking, it doesn't matter because these delays, right? This has been all one massive show since the beginning of this lawsuit. And I've always said this as well. We actually do see here, it's not difficult to read between the lines here. We know from the SEC's recent letter, Ripple was asking for mid-May for initial briefs. Most likely, the SEC informed Ripple if they didn't agree to August, the SEC would ask the judge for December, and Ripple went with certainty. Now, again, people are saying, so blackmailed, and this is like a target, right? Is Ripple being, blackmailed within this lawsuit? It's possible. But this is, a major announcement today. If you guys missed it, Stuart Alderati breaks this down fully. It's basically one massive delay until August and possibly even into 2023. We actually do see our Stuart Alderati, general counsel at Ripple, saying, it now looks like a resolution will come in 2023, and each day that passes is hurting U.S. citizens who were essentially the victims of a rug pull by the SEC. $15 billion in XRP market cap was destroyed the day the lawsuit was filed, hurting the very people the SEC purports to protect. And guys, again, this is putting a spotlight on some corruption. In December 2020, as Clinton and Hinman packed their bags, the SEC didn't seek a court injunction to stop XRP trading in the U.S. when they filed the suit because they knew they couldn't get one. Effectively, the case has done so anyway. Prime example of regulation by enforcement. We are seeing a clear problem here, okay? And when we talk about, stifled innovation and we're talking about, just things moving forward with digital assets overseas, we know the U.S. has fallen behind. But at this point, it's honestly, to me, it's the question on, do they even care, right? Because they are still letting the SEC have this overreach in terms of power. We are seeing, individuals being hurt by this lawsuit. Honestly, if you are watching this and you were hurt by this lawsuit, comment down below if you were, because I remember investing heavily, around the 2020 timeframe into XRP, specifically around, March all the way to November, and even some in December as well. And we all know exactly what happened during that time. I mean, XRP, collapsed to roughly 17 cents from a roughly 84-cent, target. So again, if we were at around like 80 some cents in December of 2020, think about where we would be at right now without this lawsuit. Think about where we would have been at in November when all altcoins, even Ethereum, hit all-time highs. It's surprising to me that people are still sitting back and just letting this kind of, play on. This is one massive show to me. And we also do see here Brad Garlinghouse saying, over the past couple of years, I found myself becoming far more familiar with the SEC than I ever thought possible, which is why it's beyond ironic that one of their goals is to provide disclosure. Guess they don't need to abide by their own rules. Again, disclosure is like the funny thing here because we are still seeing them ducking and dodging, major accountability. And we do see here the SEC seems perfectly content to let the U.S. fall further behind, all in the name of protecting their own jurisdiction at the expense of U.S. citizens. Politics over policy is good for no one. We need a clear regulatory framework now. Guys, we need to start paying attention to this stuff because when we talk about things happening within this lawsuit, I think that this is going to lead to one massive breakdown of the SEC. There is going to be investigations on a lot of those high-tier individuals. Hinman is definitely one of them. I've always said, those Hinman emails are something to really kind of pay attention to, but also where Clayton was positioned at that time too. Because we know One River, clearly a Bitcoin and Ethereum-centered, firm, all of a sudden he becomes, a high-tier name there, right? All around the same period that XRP is getting, sued. It makes no sense. I mean, if you look at XRP's chart compared to Ethereum, right? Like, let me actually throw this up real quick. Because I really want to, show you guys how effective this lawsuit was in stifling XRP's price action. Now, again, I mind you, when we were talking about, 2020, during this time, XRP was looking incredible. Those individuals that loaded their bags during March were probably looking at the chart and saying, wow, we have an incredible year ahead because this was at around like 14 cents. Lowest price action, by the way, seen since going back as far as, roughly, 2017. So incredible buy opportunity. We had that nice spike in price in November. Again, it was like roughly 70 cents, came back down, tested some like 22 cents. Again, this was the lawsuit here actually. So never mind, it didn't come down. This was the SEC's fault. So let me show you guys. So it bottomed out officially on the 28th at about 22 cents. The 28th of December. So here we have the 28th of December. Pretty interesting that, Ethereum started to actually really move days beforehand, and then it spiked in, again, January. Almost the exact opposite on what XRP did during this time. Pretty surprising. And of course, we do know that Bitcoin during this time was also going on a nice tear, aka that 2021, sort of alt season, if you will, or bull run. And then we look at XRP during this time, and, did we have some nice price action move? Yeah, $2 though. When we look at, Ethereum, comparing it to Ethereum's, previous all-time high, I mean, look at this. Here's 2017. Here's Ethereum's all-time high, at the time of roughly May. Okay, so from the all-time high of Ethereum back here, it did almost a 4x of that all-time high to the all-time high in May. So when we look at XRP, what if XRP did a 4x from here? That would have been well over, $10. It would have been like roughly almost $12, which would have taken us to the fib outreaches on the chart anyways. But my overall argument here is the fact that XRP, in my opinion, was fully targeted. It was targeted. Around this time, XRP was doing incredible. We were seeing volume on the 24-hour span being $32 billion. Now, mind you, at the height of of XRP's run back here in 2017 and 2018, we had some pretty good volume, but not that much volume. We're talking about like $8 billion at the height here. $32 billion in volume on XRP at around this, time frame of, December. And it's because people were very excited for what was going to happen. There was a lot going or riding on XRP's price at around this time because we were seeing a lot of movement within the on-demand liquidity, area. We were seeing some partnerships, things like that. Things were looking very good. And then all of a sudden, here comes that rug pull from the SEC, really kind of throwing us down the hill while, again, Ethereum kind of makes this massive run. It's pretty clear to me why XRP was chosen. It's pretty clear why XRP was the main target point for the SEC, while we see these high-tier individuals moving on to Ethereum and Bitcoin firms. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below, because I've been talking to you guys about this for a while now, and, these delays, is it really going to doom XRP? In the short-term span, yeah, it could. But if we talk about alt season, these assets will evidently more and more, move. But we are still going to get stifled price action. We're not going to reach the outreach targets that we are supposed to reach without significant traction and volume within XRP. And trust me, US individuals can still buy XRP on Uphold and things like that, but we want to have, markets similar to other assets where it is on, for example, like Coinbase, Binance US, things like that. That provides so much more volume, okay? And I've always said this, like, even in terms of, like, Ethereum, you look at the volume for, like, the 24-hour span, Binance is the number one, Coinbase is the number two, okay? And a lot of this Binance traction is also from the US as well. So XRP needs those relistings still to hit its true potential prices. Without it, do I think that XRP's price will be doomed? Not technically, but we just won't hit the actual potential of XRP. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on if you guys want more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As always, up to you all. Have a beautiful day or beautiful night wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. This has been Nick. Peace out, guys.